YouTube, what's going on? It's Gaithers back with another video. And listen, before we get into it, like the video, subscribe if you're new, drop a comment down below, and hit that notification bell so you're not missing any more of these uploads. All right, we're dropping NBA and NBA 2K content all the time. All right, you don't want to miss it. All right, today what we got for y'all is my award predictions for the 22-23 season for the NBA. Okay, so we're gonna cover all the major awards like MVP, Most Improved, DPOI, Coach of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and I'm also throwing in Finals MVP. Okay, so I got on this other screen over here, I got all my picks, some stats, so I want to let y'all know why I think this, and all that good stuff. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna start off with something a bit smaller awards. I'm gonna start off with Rookie of the Year. Okay, now my pick is Paolo Banchero. Okay, and the reason why is if you're watching him in preseason, and if you're watching him in preseason and in summer league even, he was looking like a man amongst boys out there. I mean, he was looking dominant. He was the #1 pick for a reason, and I think he's in better position than the other players in his class to win Rookie of the Year. My couple other picks, my second and third place would be Keegan Murray of the Sacramento Kings and Tari Eason of the Rockets. Tari Eason also real NBA ready guy, and he looks like a stud. For the Rockets, could end up being their best rookie, even though they drafted Jabari Smith Jr. #3. But I really like these guys. This one it's up in the air. You never know with Rookie of the Year who's going to come in and dominate and who's not. But I'm going to pick Paolo, and the reason why also is Chet is injured, which I'm not huge on Chet myself anyway, but he's injured. One of the good rookies. Jabari Smith, he looks good, but I think Paolo's a bit better as of right now. And yeah, I'm confident with that pick. Nothing too crazy we have to talk about on that. But next up, we're gonna go to Most Improved Player. Now, there's a couple candidates for this one. They got guys on the Spurs like Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson. But I figured the thing with this year, right? Most Improved is not as much about winning, right? So the Spurs are gonna be one of the bottom teams, but I have another guy that's going to be on the bottom team that I think is going to win, and that's Tyrese Halliburton, okay, of the Indiana Pacers. I mean, his first couple years were amazing, and I think he's due for a breakout All-Star type season. I mean, I'm predicting right here, last season he averaged 15 a game, 8 assists, right? But I think he can jump up to 21, 22 a game, maybe even 9, 10 assists. I don't know. I feel like the assist going up is going to be a bit harder because I feel like they're going to trade some of those good guys. It's going to be harder to get assists where you don't have, as much talent on the team. But I mean, he's a guy that can control your offense, and he's a really good player. I mean, he shoots 40% from 3, close to 50% from the field, 85 from the free throw line. He's a really good player, and the Pacers are going to just give him the ball and let him work, right? It's going to be his team this year because I am predicting that they trade Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. So it's going to be his team. I really like what the Pacers got going on over there too. I think they're going to try to bottom out for the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes, right? But Tyrese Halliburton is going to have that All-Star jump this year. I can feel it, and he's a guy that, I don't think they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to have another year where they give it to somebody like Ja, who was supposed to take that jump, because, some people might say, oh, Anthony Edwards could be here, but besides last year, they wouldn't give it to a guy who's a #1 pick, right? Who's been showing that he's going to be an All-Star one day. So I'm going to pick Tyrese, who was like a 9th or 10th pick, I believe. So I'm pretty confident with that pick. Now, next up, okay, we're gonna get with some of the bigger awards. All right, I'm gonna go over to DPOI. So DPOI, you got a lot of candidates for this, of course. Rudy Gobert, multiple-time winner. You got Bam Adebayo, who's been talking a lot lately about wanting the award. But the guy I got is Giannis again. Now, Giannis does only have 1 DPOI in his career, but he arguably could have multiple, but he has 1 already. But I think the Bucks are really going to come out and hoop this season. I think they're going to be stupidly locked in. They're going to be ready to compete. They're going to be fully healthy. And I think they can go out there and get that 1 seed, right? So I'm a big believer in the Bucks. I mean, and Giannis, he's a guy that's going to give you a block and a half, close to 2 blocks. He's going to give you a steal and a half a game. And he's going to rebound the ball. He's going to average double-digit rebounds, right? So the thing with Giannis is, I just feel like it's his time. I feel like he's due for a couple DPOIs in his career, right? He's always going to be on that all-defensive first team, and there's a couple other guys in contention, like Bam Adebayo. You know, he's been talking a lot on Twitter and all that about wanting to be the DPOY and getting snubbed from it. But you also got guys like Jaren Jackson, but he's going to be missing a ton of time. You got Rudy Gobert, of course, but voter fatigue is a real thing, and I'm not a big believer in him even getting one ever again, because he's got, what, 3 or 4 at this point. And I don't think they're gonna give it another one to him, especially because the media doesn't like Rudy Gobert as much anymore. So I'm not a believer in him getting another DPOY, but I think Giannis is due for it, and I could see Bam getting it. Could see somebody like even. I don't know, because the thing with Jaren Jackson is I do see a better jump from him this season, but he's going to be out for the first couple months, so it's going to be a lot harder for him to get it. So I definitely think the top 2 are Giannis and Bam. Wouldn't be surprised if either one of them got it, or like somebody like Joel Embiid, or even if Rudy Gobert did get it. You can't say you're surprised because he's one of the best rim protectors of all time, but then again, he's won it so many times that it's going to be hard for him to get it again. So next up, I'm gonna go over to one of the biggest awards, if not the biggest, the MVP, right? So the MVP this year, some people are saying Jokic. I'm a believer that there's no possible way. Even I probably think the Nuggets be the 1 seed, but even if the Nuggets are the 1 seed and Jokic just does his thing, which he will, I think voter fatigue is just too much of a thing to where I don't see him getting an MVP. My top 2 candidates, I have Luka at 2. Now the thing with him is he could easily get it if the Mavericks are a top seed, but even if they're not, he can still get it, because, you know, Jokic won it as like the 5 seed and the 6 seed, I want to say. But the thing with Luka is I don't see them being a top seed this year. I see them being, you know, 5 through 8 range. So that's going to be hard. And my number 1 is Joel Embiid. One, he's been in that 2 spot for multiple years in a row now. And, you know, Jokic, I don't think there's a possible way he gets it with voter fatigue. And you know Joel Embiid is going to put up those MVP numbers. And I think the Sixers have a really, really good team this year. And he's going to really come out and hoop. And if he stays healthy for majority of the season, I think this is his MVP to lose. I think it's time. They're finally going to give him one. And then I think Luka's waits until. I don't see Luka getting one until he's like one of those top seeds, like that top 3 seed. And it could happen. You never know. But I'm thinking it's going to be Joel. I mean, this is a guy who last year was giving you 31, 12, and 4 a game, on 50% from the field, almost 38% from 3, 80% from the line. I mean, this is a guy that's going to come out there and be dominant on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, also a guy who's giving you a steal and a block in half a game, right? So he's going to come out there and compete and be dominant. The Sixers are going to be that 1 through 3 seed range, guaranteed, I feel like. So that's my guy. Luka at close second, and then Giannis and Jokic are still up there. I can still see Jokic finishing the top 3 or top 5. I just don't see him getting it. But yeah, those are definitely my top guys. Next up, okay, I'm gonna go with these next 2 picks. Y'all might say, "Oh, you're biased," and okay, maybe it's a little bit biased, but it's my predictions. You make your own predictions. I make my own predictions. All right, cool. So next one, I'm gonna go with Coach of the Year. I don't know how realistic this is, but I got Tyronn Lue, you know, coach of the Los Angeles Clippers, of course. I'm a big believer in him because I think everybody knows he's one of the top coaches in the league, one of like the top 5, I'd say, coaches in the league, right? And I think the Clippers are going to come out and hoop. I think they're going to be a top 3 seed, top 4 seed. It just depends on load management and if people get injured. But if we can come out there and get like a top 2 seed, I think he can easily get it to him. Now another guy I have is Mike Malone, because I don't think people look at him as one of the top coaches. But if the Nuggets come out there and win 60+ games, then he'll probably get it, right? But I think it's a coin flip between them. You also got guys like Eric Spoelstra. Monty Williams is still a great coach. You got guys like that, but I'm a believer in Tyronn Lue this season. And that leads me to my Finals MVP. Now, y'all can say it's a bit of a homer pick or whatnot, but I got Kawhi Leonard as my Finals MVP, okay? Reason being, I really do think, now, when you have a confident team, as a fan, you want to say this every year, but I really do think this is a year where we can come out and win it. Would I be surprised if we didn't win it? No, right? Because I think there's a lot of teams that can go out there and win the chip this year. But I really feel like we're the deepest team in the league, and we really do have a chance to win that win that chip this year. And of course, if we get the chip, I think Kawhi Leonard would be the guy, would be the reason. Now, if he comes out, he's not what he once was, then we probably aren't going to get there. But if he is the same Kawhi that we know, and he comes out there and he hoops in the playoffs like we know we've seen him to be, then that can probably be. I mean, it's probably going to be that Finals MVP. I mean, this is a guy you think about. Last time he played in the regular season, put up 25 a game, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, almost 2 steals a game. I mean, this is a guy that's going to go out there and hoop, and he's going to be efficient. He shoots 56 from the field, 40% from 3, right? This is a guy that's going to go out there and hoop. He's going to lock up. He's going to, play crazy efficient offense, and then he's a guy that just steps it up in the playoffs. I mean, in the playoffs, last playoff run before he got injured, he was averaging 30, right? Averaging 30 with almost 50, 40, 90, right? I mean, he was shooting 64%, or 65% from the field. So that's a bit insane. I mean, this is a guy, he's a playoff player. I feel like he's going to load manage, so he's never going to be the guy that's going to be in my MVP conversations. But Finals MVP for sure, right? I'm a big believer in this team, and it's my favorite team, so it's my prediction. So I'm gonna predict them getting the chip, right? Now, if somebody like the Nuggets win it, or I want to even say the Warriors, or somebody out east, because the East is so stacked, like the Bucks, I could see winning it. The Nets even. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm gonna go with my home team, my favorite team, the Clippers, and I'm gonna go with Kawhi Leonard getting that Finals MVP. That pretty much covers all the main rewards. I'm not gonna do all NBA teams like that. That's a bit crazy. That might be another video, but I'm not gonna do all NBA right now, or All Star. We'll make those videos their own videos with All Star teams and all NBA. And predicting first time All Stars might be a video coming up soon, so y'all be on the lookout for that. But yeah, man, that's my awards. Hey, y'all can say I'm biased all y'all want to, but y'all can't say the Clippers don't have a team. You can't say that you can't. Well, you wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers won it, right? The Clippers actually have a chance. Now, if I'm coming out last season, when I know Kawhi's going to be out saying, oh yeah, they're going to win the championship, then that's a different story. But I don't think this is too biased. It might be slightly, but I do think we have a really good team and are able to win it. But yeah, that'll do it for this video, man. I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, let me know what else you want to see. Peace.